Can Airbus's newest family member, the A220, take on the 737 workhorse, the 737-800? In this video, we will discuss just that, so make sure to stay tuned and watch this video to the end. When Airbus bought the C-Series from Bombardier in 2018, they had penetrated almost every corner of the commercial aircraft market. They had taken a hugely successful regional jet, the Bombardier C-Series, and had made it their own. But can they actually compete with the hugely popular Boeing 737-800? Well, to determine which jet is superior, we will look at a couple different categories. But before I do that, make sure to hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell. The first category we'll compare is the aircraft's range. The Airbus A220-300 has 4,370 miles of range, which is more than its little brother, the A220-100. The added range of the -300 variant opens the possibility of medium-demand transoceanic routes that wouldn't be economically feasible with larger widebodies. The Boeing 737-800 has 3,377 miles of range, which is significantly lower than the A220-300. The A220 obviously has superior numbers with more versatility to operate more routes. The next category we'll look at will be the aircraft's capacity. The A220-300 has a capacity of 145 passengers in a typical two-class layout. The seats are laid out in a free 2 configuration in order to maximize seating capacity while not scrutinizing passenger comfort. The 737-800 has a capacity of 160 passengers in a typical two-class layout. The Boeing 737-800's cabin is laid out in a free configuration. Partly for this, the 737's capacity is superior. So we conclude that the 737-800 has a superior capacity and could gain more revenue in some high-demand short-haul routes. The third category is the aircraft's cabin. This category is essential because it directly affects your flying experience. Now, the A220-300 sports a new cabin and will feel a lot nicer from the inside. The layout is also liked better with the free 2 layout. The biggest win for the A220 is the seat width. The A220 comes standard with 18.5-inch wide seats, while most 737-800s come standard with just 17.2 inches of width. The A220-300 has great seats that will give you the most comfort over most comparable regional jets. Also, the only middle seat in the A220-300 has 19 inches of width, so maybe it isn't that inadvisable getting a middle seat on the A220-300 after all. With the fact that the A220-300's cabin is nicer, the layout is better, and the seats are wider and more comfortable, the A220-300 clearly has a better cabin. Our fourth category is the aircraft's cost. As a disclaimer, these prices are before manufacturer's discounts and can vary at any time. The A220-300 can be bought for about $91 million US, while the 737-800 could be bought in 2019 for about $106 million US. The 737-800 is a bit pricier, but does have slightly better capacity. The A220-300 definitely gets a better bang for the buck. But if you are looking solely for capacity, then the 737-800 would be superior. Anyway, the A220-300 is cheaper and wins this comparison. Our fifth and final comparison is the aircraft's orders. This may not be very fair since the A220-300 has only been recently released, while the 737-800 has been around for over 20 years. The 737-800 has a massive lifetime order sheet of almost 5,000 aircraft. Most of them have already been delivered. Its biggest customer is Ryanair, who have over 400 of the aircraft. The new A220-300 has a more humble order sheet, which is fine for such a new aircraft of 548 orders. Its biggest customer so far is JetBlue with 70 orders. We can conclude that the 737-800 has been around for much longer and in turn has a much larger order sheet and wins this final comparison. But what is really important is how many new orders are being received. The 737-800 only got 2 orders so far in 2020, while the A220-300 got 76 orders so far in 2020. The A220-300 is currently the more popular plane. A primary reason for this is the fact that the older Boeing 737-800 is an aging plane. With newer aircraft like the A220-300 and the Embraer E195-E2, the Dash 800 is losing its market share. Boeing has designed the newer MAX models of the 737, but these were thought to compete with Airbus's A320 series. But keep in mind that many customers for the Dash 800 variant are ordering a newer and more efficient Boeing 737 MAX. This is also another primary reason for the declining orders of the 737-800s. Boeing were ultimately going to directly respond to the A220s by buying Embraer and their E195 series. But this deal ultimately failed, and Airbus now has an advantage in the regional jet market over Boeing. Whether or not the A220-300 will ever gain such a massive order sheet, time will tell. So, in conclusion, which aircraft is better? Well, the 737-800 does have superior capacity and a bigger order sheet, but ultimately, the A220-300 is a next-generation aircraft, and its new technologies and features can't be matched by the older 737-800. The 737-800 just can't reach the newer A220's modern capabilities. This Boeing 737-800 is one of the commercial aircraft legends, but it's time to let its newer relatives take their turn. The A220-300 is a remarkable aircraft and is great to fly on. The amount of comfort achieved by the plane is usually not something you get from flying on a regional jet. But the A220-300 has a great cabin that bears testimony to its modern design. So, ultimately, the A220-300 is the superior plane. Do you agree with this result? Let me know down in the comments. This video idea was suggested by someone in the comments, so if you have any comparisons in mind, put them down in the comments below. Also, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.